So I've taken my sourdough starter out of the freezer and I've allowed it to thaw on the bench for a couple of hours. You can speed that up a little bit if you want in a pan of hot water. Don't microwave or anything like that, you'll kill it. And so it's been there for a couple of hours and it's ready to stir and put some food in to keep it growing. So you can see she's not many bubbles in there at the moment. She's not very alive at the moment, but she will wake up in a couple of hours. So I don't measure it in exact quantities. I feed it approximately maybe 60 or 70% of its weight. Again, in close enough to double its weight in flour. And then I use filtered water. I just give it a squirt, just enough to make it liquid enough to stir. It doesn't have to be thick and it doesn't have to be too thin. You can have, the consistency is not terribly important. The main thing is that you've got to work it in and get as much of the water and new flour in, because it's basically food and it's got to get to all of the yeast particles or the yeast itself. So it's always a lot stiffer when it comes out of the freezer in the first time. It's quite sort of a chewy sort of texture. And that's just a plain white flour. You can use organic, standard, just don't get bleached stuff. And I usually put a bit of rye in that as well. Now that's just about ready. A lot of the videos say you've got to be very gentle and fold it over and that, but the reality is you've got to mix it well. It really needs to get to the water and to the new flour going in. Okay, so now I'll let that sit for the night. It's 10:30, and I'll feed it again in the morning, and then again in probably 12 to 2 p.m. and at night hopefully I'll be getting close to being able to do a batch of dough.